Well, these lush green trees in Sundar Nursery in Delhi have given us some respite from the summer heat. And to top it all, today we have a green car with us. Now, not only is the color green, it is green in its character as well. This is the MG Comet EV, and it's a green car because obviously it has zero emissions. And after a lot of spy shots, the car is finally here in flesh, and we have driven the car and can give you the first impressions of what this car is like. So stay tuned till the end of the video to get all the details about the MG Comet EV. Let's start with the design. Now, yes, the looks could be a bit polarizing for some people, and for some people they might find it really cute. Looks are subjective, but let's get into the details of what this car has. Now, at the front it has a very short hood. This line right here, the strip, it's an LED DRL. You get a nice blue strip right here indicating that it's an EV, and you have a chrome strip right here. The MG logo houses the charging port, which opens like so, and this is where this is a type 2 charger, and you can just plug it in right here. Now you might feel that there is a camera here, but no, this is just a blank space. Maybe you can install a front camera. Well, it is not required for this car because it's so small. And here you have the headlamp unit. You get projector headlamps and fog lamps, and you have turn indicators which are right here. A short grill to keep the motor cool, and that's the front of the MG Comet EV. Now let's move on to the side. Now from the side, this car is very short. It's not very long, and it's just about 3000 millimeters in length. And what you'll notice here are these wheels. These are wheel caps, steel wheels, and these are dual tone caps on it. Then you can come to the ORVM. The ORVM is fixed. It is not foldable, and you get this turn indicator on the ORVM itself. There's a turn indicator right here as well. And this nice detail, the chrome strip that comes from the front, comes all the way and ends right here. You have a single door at the side. There's no back door, though this is a 4-seater. You get nice chrome finish on the handles. You have a request sensor, and you have this electric badge right here. Now this one right here is the apple green with the starry black dual tone. You also get the same color in a monotone color as well. We'll talk about the colors in detail a little later in the video. Now let's move to the rear and see what the rear looks like. The rear is nice and flat. It's like it's chopped off from the back. And right here you have this LED tail light which illuminates fully. You have a high stop lamp right here. There's no rear wash and wipe. You get a defogger, and if you look at the tail light cluster right here, the design is similar to the headlamps, but you have red lights right here. Here you have reflectors, parking sensors, and a reversing camera as well. And here you have the Comet badging, which sits right below the MG logo. Here you have the EV badging as well, and internet inside because this is a connected car. Now since we're at the rear, let's also take a look at the boot. And this is how the boot opens. And if you see, when all the seats are up, you get a very limited space in the boot. So it can hold the charger, some more peripherals, and probably a couple of backpacks. That's about it. So obviously you can't go long distances with this car when you have 4 people seating in it. However, you do get a 50-50 split, so you can just pull this and drop the seat down. It drops nice and flat, so if you have 3 passengers, some luggage can be managed right here. And if you want both the seats down, you can carry a lot of luggage. And the loading area is a little high, so you'll have to put a lot of strength to get the stuff inside. Now let's get into the car and see what's interesting there. Now before you get into the car, I want to show you something interesting. This is the key of the all new MG Comet, and it looks really nice. It looks like an Apple gadget if you look at it because of the color and the quality. The quality is really nice, and it has a nice dimple here, so you can just put your thumb inside and use it as a fidget spinner, so you can something fit that you can fidget with. So it has 3 buttons: lock, unlock, and this one is to open the boot. And there are 2 ways to get in the car. You can unlock the car with the key. There's a request sensor, so you can just press the request sensor and the car will unlock and open this door. Now it's a big wide door and it opens up almost at 90 degrees, so about 85 degrees, so you have a lot of space to get into. Now the reason for this is because the back passengers, the passengers sitting at the rear, will also need to enter through the same door. But there's something that I need to highlight here, and it deserves a mention, is the weight of the door and the quality. It's a nicely built car, and that's what the thud sounds like. It is a very satisfying thud. So yes, the quality is really good. Now let's take a look at the door itself. So right here you have gray upholstery, and this is hard plastic, but it's nice to touch. It does not feel cheap. You have some fabric right here which can get a lot of dust. As you can see, it is picking up dust already, and it's going to be a task to keep it clean. You have this nice chrome door knobs, nice quality, feel really nice. You have speakers right here and this white panel. You have this well right here to hold bottles, but it won't hold very big bottles. Only small bottles can fit in here, and then you can slide in some other stuff as well. Now this is the seat, and as you can see, it's not very large. It's not very long either, so the under thigh support is a little less. We'll talk more about that when I'm driving. And getting into the front seat is fairly easy, so I can just step into the car like this, and yeah, it's up now. It's set to my driving position, so yes, it's very nice and easy to get into the car and get out of the car because of its height. Now let's get into the cabin and see what all this car has to offer. Now first of all, the steering wheel looks really nice, and it has this iPod like controls for the media, and you have this favorite button here. You have the voice command button right here, and this is to control the MID screen. Now the MID screen and the infotainment screen are one single unit. They have this division right here, and the quality of the touchscreen could have been better. It's not the best. We've seen a lot of good screens from MG itself on the Hector, the Aster, the ZS EV, and the Gloster. The touchscreen quality is much better than this one right here. Besides that, very good finish right here for the AC vents. It's got a nice satin silver color here. Right here you have chrome garnish right here. This screams premium. You have some nice white finish right here, so keeping this clean is going to be a task. And a hidden AC vent right here. So this is also a cup holder, so if you keep a cold beverage here, it will keep cooling the beverage while the AC is on. Right here you have the level for the headlamp, and this right here is to adjust the ORVM. So yeah, you get electrically adjustable ORVM. Right here, obviously, since it's an electric, it does not have a clutch. It has a brake lever and the accelerator. Now one annoying bit is that there is no start stop button, but if you want to stop the car, if you want to shut the engine off, there's a button right here which you need to press, and the car will shut itself off. But that button does not start the car. To start the car, you need to hit the brake pedal once. That goes into the startup and the ignition, and you press it again to start. Now the car is on. You can see it says ready right here, and now you can just shift the drive selector and then get a move on. Now on this side of the cabin, you will see that right here you have this nice fabric, so you can keep your phone and it won't fall off. You have a slot right here to keep some stuff, maybe a wallet or phone. There's no glove box, and you have a cup holder and the AC vent right here as well. Here you have the aircon controls. Nothing is automatic, so all manual. So this is for the AC temperature, this is for the fan, and this is for the airflow. This button right here is for the mode. So there are 3 modes: eco, then normal, and sports mode. So you can change the modes on the fly. Right here you have the drive selector, which looks really nice, has this nice white color. Again, it's going to be a challenge to keep this clean. And you see that this is the drive, this is neutral, reverse, and this is when you park the car. For charging, you put it on this mode. Now the feedback from the button is very nice. It's nice and tactile, so you know that the shifter is engaged, and you have a nice tactile feedback. While we are looking at the reverse, this is what the reversing camera looks like. The quality is not the best, but it gets the job done. Also, the guidelines are dynamic, so as you move the steering wheel, the lines will move as well. Also, right here you have the buttons for the window control. Since it has only two windows, you have only two buttons. The passenger side does not get one touch controls, but the driver side has one touch up and one touch down, so that's pretty convenient. This is the handbrake lever, nice and premium quality button, nice clicky feedback, so everything here is premium. So overall dashboard layout, the quality of the cabin is very premium, and that tells us that this is not going to be a cheap car. Now right here you have the IRVM does not have auto dimming, but you do have manual dimming right here. The visors have a vanity mirror. There's no illumination, but both the driver and the passenger side gets the vanity mirror. Here you have the central light. There's no light at the back because this is enough illumination, and the hazard light control is located right here. Now another interesting feature in the Comet EV is this space right here, and as you can see, there is no partition. So if I wanted to move from this seat to this seat, it's that easy. And what this enables it to do is give you some space for storage. So if you go grocery shopping, you can literally hang the grocery bags right here, and it's quite strong, so like you can get the support from the base and you can hang the bags so that they don't move around. Besides that, you have USB ports right here for charging your devices, and there is a 12-volt socket right here. So that was the front of the MG Comet EV. Let's get in the rear seat, and getting into the rear seat is going to be a little bit challenging because there is no rear door. So let me show you how that is done. Now to sit in the back seat, ideally the entry point should be from the passenger side and not the driver's side, because when a car is parked, the driver's side will be exposed to traffic. So because it is a task to get in and out, it is recommended that you go in from the passenger side. Now to do that, you have this knob right here which you need to pull, and the seat will drop down, and you can just push the seat ahead, and here you have a handle to hold on to. You can hold the handle, get in, and you can just push this ahead and bring the seat back like so. Now this seat has been adjusted according to my height and my comfort while I would be sitting in the front, and as you can see, there is a decent amount of knee room. Headroom is sufficient, but I'm sitting knees up, which makes it a little uncomfortable for longer duration. So maybe a 30-minute drive in the car would be comfortable. After that, I will start feeling tired. So it's not a very ideal place for adults. Kids can be really comfortable. And you get 3-point seat belts for the rear passengers as well, both the sides. And you have Isofix mounts for the child seats, which is really nice. You also get this grab handle to hold on to while the car is being driven. And you have this nice glass area which will not make you feel claustrophobic and gives you a sense of roominess and airiness in the cabin. Now the cushioning in the seat is nice and firm. It's pretty comfortable. The back angle for the rear seat is also very nice. There's no adjustable headrest for the rear nor the front passenger. But overall, the foam and the sponge in it is quite comfortable. But there is very little under thigh support in the rear seat as well as the front seat, which can be a problem for taller passengers. And my height for reference is 5'9", and this is what it would look like for someone of my height to be seated in the car. Two people side to side can sit very comfortably. And if you have kids, kids will be really comfortable and happy in the rear seat. So now we are driving the MG Comet EV, and we've been driving around in the city for some time. We've driven it for about 50 kilometers, and so far the first drive experience has been quite impressive, because this car does not lack power, but it does come with its quirks, which I'll get to. Now, to talk about the spec sheet, this comes with a 17.3 kilowatt hour battery, which has a claimed range of 230 kilometers. Now, when we started the drive, it was showing as 196 kilometers of range and 99% of battery charge, which means that in real life this car can deliver anywhere between 160 to 180 kilometers of real world range, which is quite impressive. In terms of power, this produces 42 PS of power and 110 Newton meters of torque. Now, this car has a very short footprint. It has a very short wheelbase. It's not very long, it's not very wide, but it is tall, which means that you are going to get a decent amount of body roll, which cannot be avoided. And that's simply physics, because the car is tall. It has very small wheels, 12-inch wheels, and they're very thin as well. So yes, you're going to get a lot of body roll, and that could make your drive a little unsettling. But the suspension has been set up very nicely, and up to speeds of 60-70 kilometers per hour, you will be driving very comfortably. Also, because of its height and its size, it's not very confidence inspiring at higher speed. So if you go above 90 kilometers per hour, which this car can easily do, if you go about those speeds, you will not feel very confident. It gets a little wobbly, and making turns at higher speeds not its strongest suits, and you will have to be careful while making turns at high speed. In terms of driving dynamics, the steering wheel can be set up very nicely to your liking. It is height adjustable. It is not adjustable for reach, but it is adjustable for height, so you can get a desired driving position. And it is a very small and compact car, and driving through city traffic is going to be a breeze. When you also want to make those quick overtakes, it gives ample power for you to get a quick move on at the tap of the accelerator. The size of the vehicle makes it very easy to drive, and anyone in your family, be it the ladies or younger people, can drive this car really easily. Also, the car grabs a lot of attention when you are driving, and obviously people have not seen something like this on the roads, so they are intrigued, and yes, it does grab a lot of attention. So what works in the favor of this car? It's size, its drivability. It's very easy to drive, very comfortable. You will not be tired after a long day's journey in the traffic. You don't have any clutch to operate. It's going to be very economical, and since it's a 17.3 kilowatt hour battery, it does not take a lot of time to charge. In 7 hours you will get a full charge with the wall socket charger at your home. If you have with the charger that MG provides, a 3.3 kilowatt hour charger, and 0 to 80 can be done in 5 hours. The turning radius of the car is just 4.2 meters, so making those 3-point turns and U-turns is going to be very easy and effortless. So overall, in terms of driving, the power, it is a decent car. It's a very good city car, not recommended for the highway, though it is not made for highway runs. It does have ample range for one-way trips for the intercity run, so 150 kilometers like Mumbai to Pune can be done very easily in this car, and it's quite economical in doing that as well. The average running cost per kilometer is less than 1 rupee, so it is pretty economical for the city drives. The car is available in four colors, and there are also some dual tone options with the car. Now the car that we are driving is the apple green with the black roof, which gives it a dual tone finish. There's also a candy white in monotone as well as dual tone. There is a silver with monotone and dual tone, and there is a fully black car as well. So those are the four colors. Now if you're not happy with those colors, you can get a lot of customization options. You can get a lot of stickers. There are various designs that MG has created, and all of those will be available on the website. And you can get a custom made car which you can design by doing a mix and match with all the packs that are available. Now the packs are not only for the exterior, they're also for the interior, so you can choose from different colors of the interiors, different patterns in the interiors, and so on. So there are interiors with the color orange, with pastel green, you also have cyan blue and sangria red. So those are the interior colors that you can choose from. So a lot of options available for any and every kind of customer. Now the MG Comet EV is the only car in its segment. This comes under the micro car segment, and the E2O was the first car to be in this segment, and that was an electric vehicle. After that came the Tata Nano, and all of these cars have now been phased out. This is not the first micro car in India, but this is right now the only micro car in India. So it has a segment of its own, and it does not have any competition as of today. Now the MG Comet EV has been launched at a starting price of 7.98 lakhs ex-showroom. Now this is for the base variant, and what we know so far is that there will be one more variant that will be higher than this, and the price for that same variant will be announced later. Now to put things in perspective, the Tata Tiago EV, which was the most affordable EV until now, is priced at 8.56 lakhs ex-showroom. Now the Comet EV is not a direct competitor to the Tiago EV because it sits a segment lower, and being a micro car, it's the only car in this segment, and technically it has no competition. Another thing to be considered is that the Comet EV comes to India via the CKD route and is assembled in India, which has kept the cost a little higher. So in future, if MG decides to bring the production of the Comet EV to India and starts producing it here, the prices might go down. However, what works for the Comet EV is its compact size. It is full of tech, and there's nothing like the Comet EV on the Indian roads and the Indian market as of now. Its drivability in traffic, its ease of parking, and the ability to get in and out of tight spaces makes it quite likable and desirable. What works in the favor of the MG Comet is its sheer size, and in day-to-day traffic, this is a very easy car to drive. It's fun to drive, it has ample of power, and it does have the looks also. It does grab a lot of attention. Also, it is very practical in a sense when people who have cars, usually statistics show that only one or two people will travel every day in the car, and the other family members would travel in the car only on the weekend. So if this is going to be your second car, you already have a big car which is a petrol or a diesel, and you want something that is economical and environment friendly, this can be your second car for your office commutes, for your grocery commutes, or short spins around the city. So that's the MG Comet EV for you. Let us know what you think about this car. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. This is just a first drive impression of the Comet EV. We will have this car back with us in Mumbai when we do a detailed test of this car. We will put it through the range test, the battery test, and all the questions will be answered in that video. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments. For now, this is Vipul signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe to Motoroids if you haven't already, and press that bell icon so that you get notified whenever we upload our next video. Until then, rev hard, rev free, and drive safe.